Hello, everyone. Welcome to Vailis week. Was it 16 now? Oh, jeez.
Week.
We are moving on up. Anyway, welcome. Welcome to the show. We're gonna do a little synopsis before we jump into it. So, after receiving news of the Slod attacking Sleet Yard, the group, along with the monsters of Jakeen, aided in a rescuing of the town. After a vicious fight, which left the group mortally wounded, they assessed their situation and the repercussions of the Slod invasion. Looking around, and after you're having your short rest, you still notice a fairly large group. You gather close to 200 people. They're kind of just tied down and kind of looking with a sigh of relief, and kind of looking over to assess your group. Vrax still looks physically ill. Vrax, you did not gain anything from your short rest. And kind of looking at yourself, that scar, that slash mark that was down your chest, is starting to take on more of a greenish tone and slod-like features coming out from the wound. And that's where we
that's
begin
not good.
this session.
I don't feel very good. Vrax looks down. That does
Axton.
not look very good.
Axton, can you identify what this is and maybe heal it?
I can try. I mean, I don't know much Slatter, and I know they're nasty, but I don't know much about them. I hope to never encounter them ever. So, yeah, I can definitely try. You're looking a little green, Vrax.
Yeah, it doesn't feel well. Doesn't look very good. I did not get much rest. I feel very uneasy.
And normally during this time frame, Vrax, you're normally able to heal from much worse than this. So this is kind of striking you odd.
Well, I don't know if there's a check. I think we tried this once. Maybe we didn't once before. That I could make to try to identify anything around his wound that's all nasty.
Make a medicine check.
Hey, here we go, guys. First roll of night.
This determines how we do. 17?
Nice. So, kind of inspecting it, you do notice that the wound is some kind of disease. You don't really know what type of disease it is, but he's infected with something.
So what do you think, Axton? What is it?
Some kind of disease of some kind. I guess Slad inflicted. Nothing I've ever seen before. Zabin's around, right? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think you can cure?
I can try. I have means of things to test, or at least to attempt to remove diseases. I wish we had a paladin here. It'd be a lot easier. But I'm gonna look to Zabin and say, Zabin, you don't have a paladin in your group that was waiting back in case anything escaped from us, do you?
No, we don't have any paladins. We have a druid though.
Would a cleric help?
I can. I just
He points over to Axton.
yeah.
You have a
no different than I would. I just.
Okay.
I mean, a higher level cleric obviously would be better, but from the way Vrax looks, I think dealing with this sooner rather than later would be a good idea. So, as a trial, I'm gonna reach over to Vrax and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him and just see what happens.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll.
Right. So, somewhere in my list of spells, maybe. There we go. So, specifically centered around that wound.
Sure. So
12.
You hold your medallion of Timora. Close your eyes with the green energy flowing into them. It seems to have no effect whatsoever. And Vrax, you don't feel any more healed. You feel exactly the same.
I don't feel any different, Axton.
Well, that's new. And terrifying.
I think the big question is, does this constitute us retreating and heading back for taking care of this?
Well, I got a couple other tricks up my sleeve I could try. There's also 200 people here, and just on a quick glance over these people, do any of them look worse than Vrax, or like real bad?
Kind of give me a perception check.
22.
Looking over at the group, it doesn't seem like anyone is infected with the same thing that Vrax has.
Okay. Well, that's at least something. So if we have to move a large group of people, I guess we have less immediate threats. All right. Well, if I thought it was a disease, then I'm gonna attempt to cast Lesser Restoration on him, because I know that works on some poisons and diseases. So I'm gonna attempt to cast that.
All right.
So, healing hands.
I'm imagining like Ted's spells are just like a defibrillator, and he's just trying different things. Like clear, try a different one, clear.
Try a different one.
I'm just like
We're losing him. It's actually more Mr. Miyagi, where I just rub my hands together and then I just touch you and try to heal you that way.
I'm a more holistic cleric.
Cool. So,
That kind of cleric.
so once again, you channel your divine energy into Tamora as you focus this time with a lesser restoration, focusing on the wound itself. There's no change on the wound. However, Vrax, you did have a pain inside your chest, and now you feel full. As
Now
in,
I feel what?
you
Full?
feel full, as in you've like eaten a meal. You are no longer impregnated, by the way.
Can we quote that?
I think.
Yeah.
Oh man, that needs to go up.
I need you to lie down. I need to lie down for a minute.
All right.
Because you did have an egg implanted into you, which Axton, doing his lesser restoration, has fixed that. Marwin is also infected with that, but not the impregnation thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
so
Marwin.
is Zabin too.
Wait.
Okay, gotcha. Well, Marwin was an asshole and hit me with a fireball, so he can wait. So, you know. So Vrax, any change? Do you feel any better? Your wound still looks grievous.
I feel full.
That's new.
What do you mean you feel full?
I'm not quite sure I know either. There's a lot of pain and magic flowing through me right now. I'm just a little overwhelmed by what's happened here today.
Maybe you should sit down. Just
I'm gonna
rest.
I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna help Vrax and just sit down.
Okay.
All right.
So Axton, what
Yes.
what happened? Why?
Okay. So what I did was a spell that typically cures diseases or any kind of affliction, temporary blindness, things like that. And it felt like it worked, and now Vrax is full. It doesn't give people sustenance. It doesn't give them food, so I don't know what that's about. But it doesn't look like it fixed his wound.
Oh, so the wound's different.
From whatever maybe
Or
he
at
had
least
a
it's not disease related.
I guess.
Sure.
I mean, maybe his stomach, maybe he had like a stomach bug and I fixed it, like a tapeworm or something, and now he's full. I really don't know. I don't know. You know what? For the hell of it, I cast Lesser Restoration on myself. Do I feel full?
No.
Okay, so blown another spell. Here we go.
Maybe you should
so-
cast me.
Yeah, right. I'm like, okay.
I want to feel full.
So I cast it on myself, and I don't feel full.
Right.
So it's a separate whatever. I fixed something, and now he feels full.
Perhaps you could use that on somebody else who's been attacked and infected,
Yeah,
and see if they feel full.
Zabin?
Because
Yeah,
Right?
it doesn't seem to affect us. But since Vrax is, patient A, we should see.
Yes. Fine. I'll reach over to Zabin and kind of be like, "Hey, I know you were looking a little rough before there. Do you mind if I try something
Sure. Go ahead.
healing?" And I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on him.
Okay. So same thing. You channel your energy through him. You feel like something worked, and he goes,
Okay.
Show the shit. I feel like I just ate a meal.
So you feel full.
I mean, I can still eat.
Well,
Most strangest thing I've ever heard.
I have a question. Do I feel like I need to use the bathroom?
If you want to go down that dark role playing,
yeah, you want to bring that in, because once that comes in, that doesn't go away.
that means you guys are taking bathroom breaks, and it's gonna be a long show. It's just assumed
Yeah.
that general activities like that.
So that he looks better, right? The Zabin looks physically better, and he feels better
Mhm.
than he did. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So he is currently cured of the disease he had.
okay, all right. Still fuck Marwin because I'm pissed about. I'm so pissed at him for that. Does he look healthy? Ask
So
him that
that's-
question in a few months.
Yeah.
Sorry. I hope you were gonna say
Anybody?
something.
No, just curious if anybody else besides Morwin, any of the villagers or anything.
You gotta take some time and talk to the villagers and kind of look them over.
Sure, I'll do that. I'm gonna say, Hope, read this book. Anything you can find in this book about Slack.
Yeah, it's gonna
And I
take
hand
you.
her
It's
the
gonna take
book.
you a long time because there's actual number is 192. So
Okay.
to look over everybody, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take about 6 hours.
Okay.
While they're doing this, I'm gonna kind of just keep an eye on Vrax and keep an eye on the surroundings.
Sure. Zabin.
Yeah.
Zabin heads off to kind of inform the rest of the monsters to keep a lookout, make sure everybody's safe in the general location, and so the monsters come back over and kind of do a nice 360 around, about 100-200 yards out, depending on
Okay.
spacing and stuff like that in this marsh. Make sure nothing else comes in while the villagers being assessed.
Okay.
Axton, with talking with the villagers, you are able to discern that about 50 of them are infected.
Okay. Great. Well, not great. Opposite of great.
And asking about it, it was all red slod, no blue slod.
Okay.
Oh, before we rested, I actually wanted to loot the blue and gray slot and see if there's anything on there. Or loot them all before this all happened.
Yeah. I mean, you don't find much in the way of gold or really any. I mean, you find a couple of great swords on them, but they're all beat up from all the spells that have been hit on them. Zabin does mention that the slide contract is still open, so if you wanted to collect the heads.
Okay, how many heads were there, or how many things that we killed?
In the general vicinity,
God.
there was 9 red, 2 blue, 1 gray. The death slot got away.
Okay, so
And kind of thinking back, the contract was 1,000 gold per head.
yeah. How long would it take? do that?
Well, Axton, I mean, it's gonna take Axton 6 hours to talk to all these. So you guys are hanging out for at least 6 hours.
Okay, so
I'd say it'd probably take you an hour with Vespire's help.
okay, perfect. So we just collect them all.
Yeah, and I gave you the book because
And
you're
then-
smarter
and
than I
then-
am.
Yeah, and then I start reading the book during that 6 or 5 more hours or whatever.
So what you gather from the book, go ahead and roll me just a straight intelligence check.
Oh, glad I didn't do that.
Boy. Okay.
Come on, Hope.
Come on, Timora. Smile right now.
Those double digits.
19.
Nice.
That's what
all right.
Pearly whites.
So, you know from reading that Vrax is infected with Chaos Phage.
Chaos
Or
Phage?
Phage. I'm sorry.
Phage?
Yeah.
The new fashion.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that
And did
he's going to be progressively getting weaker as the days go by.
Okay, and does it give me any information how to remove that?
Only a wish spell can remove his transformation, and whenever he reaches to death, he turns into a slod.
Okay. As soon as I find that out, I close the book and
You also figure out that the gestation period for these tadpoles for people who are infected is about 3 months before the tadpoles actually eject from the host chest.
okay.
They're very violent and gross manner. Think of Alien.
Yeah.
Chest poppers.
So I'll call everybody around and look at everyone, and well, that was very interesting to read. Everybody, how many people did you find out?
There are about, I don't know, around 50 or so of these
Alright.
people have been infected by the red ones, it seems.
They have about 3 months before the tadpole comes out.
3 months. All right.
And I glance at Vrax, and you're definitely infected with something. Chaos. What is it? Chaos?
Phage.
Phage. And the only way to remove it is with a witch spell. And if it's not removed, then you turn into one.
Right. I am officially moving for a vote to find a wish spell.
I'm with him. We need to take care of this.
Not that these other people are more important than I am, but I do not want to become one of them.
Well, hope that book of yours, the weird magic book.
Well, I can try to see.
I know it's.
Certainly try.
I was gonna say I know it's not. Wish clearly is a thing. I know. Maybe at a later point. I know. Very high-level clerics have access to a mass healing spell, which supposedly removes disease from all touched. So you might be able to get all 50 of these townspeople in one go.
All right, I'll
but I don't.
I'll try it. Doesn't matter. I'll try it.
I don't know which one you want to go with because I don't know how long Vrax has. Did it say anything about the timing of how long he has?
You just know he's going to get weaker progressively throughout the days. And whenever he basically dies from it, that's when he will turn.
Yeah, I mentioned that. I said that.
Gotcha. Well, chaos phage. That's at least a point to start.
No, I'm going to go ahead and open the book and see what comes up.
Alright. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So as you open up your book, you've never casted anything above your level, above your knowledge of being able to do that. As you concentrate for wish spell, the book kind of shimmers. I need you to roll me and it doesn't exist, but luckily we're rolling on D20, so I need you to roll me a D38.
Okay. Um, 10.
Okay. So as you concentrate, ninth level spell, kind of speaking the words over and over again and hoping that wish will come up. Sorry.
A little man pops out of the book and goes, "Sorry, sorry."
The words shape change appear on the page. It's a concentration up to 1 hour. You can assume the form of a different creature for the duration of 1 hour, and a lot of other things if you wish to cast it.
Alright, I look at the book and I close it, and I shake my head no, basically.
Alright. I don't know.
Vrax is just sighing and like looking down as he's sitting there, kind of almost like he looks like he's coming to terms with his own mortality. He looks pretty discouraged.
How long, Axton? How long will it take us to get home, or do you know anything? The Mages Guild, they have to have somebody.
It's gonna take us. What's gonna take us like 2 weeks to get back, right?
Yeah.
That's with horses, which we do still have.
Correct.
We can start heading out, but we also have almost 100, almost 200 people in tow that we can't just leave here, who are, some of them also infected that need healing. We need to get them back too. I mean, that's, you know, I obviously don't want anything bad to happen to Vrax, but these are helpless people. They can't get back on their own.
At this point in time, Zabin kind of walks up, kind of listening to you guys, speaks up a little bit. So, what have you found out?
Hope I tell them the good news.
Well, if we don't find somebody with the wish spell, Vrax will die. Or actually, no, he will become one of the Slads. He won't die. He will change into a Slad.
His eyes kind of shift over to Vrax a little bit and eyeing you up and down. Well, I'm sure that's not what you want.
Vrax is just staring at the ground, like, just looks pretty, not only beat up, but like his eyes almost look like he's given up a little bit of hope.
I'm gonna.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I was gonna say to Zabin, could you have your druid look at him? It's some sort of disease, and it seems more. I don't know. Maybe that's more naturalistic, and the druid might have better luck than I would. I'm gonna try to something else.
We can try. How much time does he have? He looks over to Hope.
He's getting weaker and weaker. I don't know.
He kind of sighs and crosses his arms, puts his hand up to his face, and kind of thinks for a second. Well, maybe Jocko can do something for you.
That was one of my thoughts. I'm gonna try something first, someone possibly closer that might be able to assist, or at least ask, and then if not,
Well, I think we can get you 5 back over to Hellbrook today.
Okay. All right. Give me like 5 minutes. I'm gonna try something.
Sure.
And I
Our
am going
druids
to...
can take care of these people as long as you tell us how to cure them.
Okay. What I did to you, that lesser restoration, seems to do it. It just there's 50 of them, and they, you can talk amongst them. They were all infected by the same thing that got you, and it seems like that takes care of it. So,
Well, let me talk to my druids and make sure that they can do that.
if not, I mean, they have 3 months time. So, if your druids can't, I can day by day. We can slowly go through, and in 2 weeks or so, I'll be able to cure all of them, which, I'm more than happy to do. So,
Well, take your 5 minutes. I'll be right back. So he kind of turns around and rushes back. You can see him kind of pointing out to different people, different druids, coming over, and he's talking to them. What do you want to do?
Okay. First, now that I've got the idea for Jacko, first thing I'm going to do is send a message to Father Wren, the old cleric at the Bahamut Temple in Star Hollow, who is potentially going to be able to resurrect Victor if we had the diamond at the time.
Right.
So I'm going to send him a 25-word message. I'm
Okay.
going to shoot it to you in Discord right now.
Sounds good.
And then after that one goes through, while I'm waiting for the response, I'm going to send one off I'm gonna write it out as we're kind of going through stuff here, and send one off to Jacko as well to let him know what happened. And hey, we might try something, but if not, we're gonna come back and give him a premise to, like, if he needs to get stuff ready, you know.
Perfect.
And Father Wren gets a 25-word response. So.
Anything else anybody else is doing?
Just waiting.
Axton sits down, lotus position, just sitting there. Holding his
Marwin is
symbol.
kind of scratching his chest at this point.
Axton smiles a little bit as he continues to pray.
And Vespire is kind of he's walking around the area just outside, kind of just patrolling.
That's less than 25, but...
Okay. That's fine. It doesn't have to be 25. That works.
You sent one to Jocko too, right?
Yeah, I gotta write it out, so I'm gonna do that now.
Okay. So everybody's kind of just looking around, kind of taking deep breaths. Does anyone like to do anything besides Axton?
I mean, am I?
Just trying to
Go
rest.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
So Vrax is resting. Did I end up clearing out, along with Hope, the rest of the slot for the reward?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and I were doing that.
All right.
Yeah,
and then
and
around the
Zavin gave you a
vicinity, I
bag of
don't.
holding, so the heads will be preserved.
Okay. Do I see anything else from just my patrolling?
It seems quiet. Seems
Okay.
like this area was picked out, or whatever was in this area was pushed out from the slot.
Can I also? Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm all set.
All right, one going to Jacko's coming through right now.
Okay.
So I'll let everybody know, because I was there. I'm going to say, hey, I sent a message to Father Wren, who was going to help us out with Victor over in the nearby town. We sent Alex over to become an acolyte over there.
Mhm.
I let him know Vrax was infected, Chaos Phage. Do you know anything about it? And his response was, he hasn't heard of it. What needs to be done, and where do we need him? But I have to use the spell again to get him another 25 words back.
Mhm.
So I sent one to Jacko. I said, Vrax was infected by a blue slot. It's called Chaos Phage. Zabin said you could help. We'll see what he says back.
All right.
Don't have a lot of spells left to keep sending things back and forth, so
No, it's understandable.
my data plan is running low. Okay, so Zabin's response is, we'll need some time to figure out what that is. I've not heard of this disease. Bring him here fast. Okay, so here's my thoughts. We do whatever Zabin says to get to Jacko immediately with Vrax. I'll send another message to Father Wren and say, get to Hellbrook. We're trying to figure this out. We've got some mages working on it, but a wizened cleric can't hurt to have his help too. I mean, that's pulling everybody we know, try to figure this out. Sound good?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. Then I'm going to go tell Zabin that, and I'm going to type out another message for Father Wren.
Perfect. So as you go tell Zabin your message, Zabin replies, well, we do have a cleric here within the town. He kind of bends over. he's not going to be able to help much. But they do have a teleportation circle that leads to Hellbrook. So, and he kind of points over to him. This is Joffrey. Joffrey is going to take you to his temple. What did you say your god was? Oh, yes, he's a younger cleric. Yes, my god is Baelor. It's a god of the beasts and the hunt. We do have a teleportation circle that we can certainly bring you to Hellbrook.
That would
Thank
be
you.
most appreciative if you could do that. We would be forever thankful.
Yeah, it goes to the Mages Guild. I hope that's okay.
That's where we want to go. That's perfect.
Perfect. Yes.
Great. Follow me, please. He kind of guides you. Zabin kind of grabs Vrax's shoulder, turns him around, extends out his hand to give a nice little gladiator handshake. He says, "Best of luck to you. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I hope the best."
Thank you.
And so you guys usher back into town. It takes, roughly about 30 minutes. The woods are quiet. The rain has died down at this point in time. While you're leaving, you're seeing the druids starting to work their magic on the townspeople. Some of the monsters are bringing them water from a creek nearby. Kind of just getting their spirits up a little bit and stuff like that, getting them ready to move back over to Sleetyard. So you follow Joffrey into the town of Sleetyard. He takes you over to his temple. Kind of ushers you into the very back, where there's a down descending staircase. Leads you into a kind of open cellar. There's 2 portals there. And he motions over to the left, and as you approach, the portal kind of lights up.
All right. Well, just real quick, if there was like a coffer box while we were walking in to the temple, like for donations, I want to just drop a couple gold in there.
Yeah.
5 gold.
Yeah. It sounds like the gold just hits, like, just wood. Doesn't sound like
Alright.
there's anything in there.
No. I'll just do that on my way in. But yeah, if the portal starts lighting up,
Sure.
I'll walk into it.
So everyone steps on the portal. It goes very bright, and then once you're able to kind of see again, you're in a darkened room. There's 2 torches on either side, and there's a door straight in front of you.
Well, walk towards the door.
No.
As you open up the door, the scent, the surroundings, very familiar to you. You are in the Mages Guild in Hellbrook.
All right. Gonna shout out. Hello?
I mean, you see people.
Oh,
kinda
people
go
are
back
there.
and forth, yeah, and off, yeah. It's not empty.
Hello.
Gotcha.
And
I can't see.
At this time, it's like mid-afternoon. Looking around, you see Jacko talking to a couple of different people. They're looking through books, trying to figure out what you said to them, pretty much.
Gotcha.
Jacko's back is turned towards you.
Jacko, we're here.
He turns around and well, perfect. Come here. Kind of motions over.
Head over.
As a group comes over there, it says, "Do you know anything about this disease that you told me about? We can't find anything about it."
I hope. Do you still have that book?
I mean,
Yeah,
granted, it's
right.
only been like maybe an hour
Okay.
since you told him.
Yeah, we have this book. This gave us the name of the disease. You could try this. I don't know if you have means of accelerated knowledge. I don't understand arcane magic at all, so I don't know.
He kind of thumbs through it, looking over the book itself, and Hope kind of guides him in the direction and points to it. And as he sits there and looks at it for a little bit, I need to see something. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. Perfect. He thumbs through it. And says, "Oh, this is gonna take a wish. No one here possesses that power."
Okay. Well,
And he kind of looks at you, Axton, and kind of waits for a response from you.
do you know of anyone that has that capabilities?
I do. Can you walk with me 1 minute?
Sure. And I'll go off.
Okay.
And while we're going, I'll just write you this message too that I would have sent to Father Rand in the meantime.
And as Vrax, Hope, Vespire, and Marwin, like the rest of the Mages Guild is bringing you some food, some water, wine, to kind of just whatever you need. And as Jacko walks with Axton, turns to you, Axton, and goes, "Why are you asking me for a wish spell when you have one in your possession?"
Well, I was attempting to see if there was any other means you could discern about curing this, if that is the only way.
From what I've read in the book, that is the only way.
That's fair. I didn't want to have to come to this because I was hoping to save that wish spell for if all things go not according to plan with this fight with Monben, we'd have an ace in the hole to try and put an end to all this and have an ultimate backup plan. But if that is truly the only way to do this, then I guess I really don't have much of a choice. I just figured it was worth looking into it and seeing an item that can generate a wish is much less harmful to the potential consequences that could happen to someone casting it, I feel, themselves, but I don't know. I just, if this is truly the only way, then that's what I'll do.
It is.
All right, then. That's that. Like I said, I figured it was worth having an ultimate backup plan. But it is what it is.
I understand your concern, but without this, your friend will be lost. And he kind of looks over your shoulder and looks at Vrax, and that's a friend that you want on your side. You have a strong ally.
Agreed. Well, again, thank you for, I guess as a little bit of we didn't get them all. Some escaped the slot. I don't know if they'll be back, but I worry if this happens to someone else, wishes aren't something that's just thrown around very lightly.
It's not.
Thankfully, it only, as awful as it is, thankfully it only infected Vrax, or we'd be in much more dire straits.
Well, here's to good fortune.
Yes. Sometimes it takes digging deep to try to find the good fortune in all of this.
Take care of your friend.
Thank you. And I'll head back to the group.
All right. And about this time, Vrax.
He's dead.
I mean, during that time when they're having that conversation, I want to, talking to Vrax and Vespire. Mainly Vrax. How are you?
I am not well. I'm growing worse. Every step I take, I feel as if my energy is being drained from me. No matter what happens, I want you guys to know that if there's no other way, that if I am to turn into a slot, before that happens, I do want you to hold me as you did when I was cursed, and I want you to end my life. I don't want to be a burden to your group or to your cause. And then he kind of like does that striking pain in his stomach.
As he takes 8 points of damage. And he doesn't have you can see the wound, and the green is starting to affect more of his chest and spreading down his torso, as his once dragon scales are turning more leathery and frog-like. Amphibious. Right?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
I like leatherly.
I like leatherly. They're both good. Either way, both are not good. As I come back to everyone, I kind of want to say, I've spoken with Jacko, and I think I have some. Why don't we head home? I think we have a way to take care of this.
Okay.
And with that, we're going to go on our first 5-minute break. So stick around. We will be right